All right. Well, fearing the Taliban's takeover, thousands have attempted to flee Kabul, hundreds packing into U.S. cargo jets to escape Afghanistan.
Our next guest was lucky enough to board one of those jets along with her husband and has made it safely to the U.S.
Afghan pop star and singer Aryana Sayeed joins us now. Aryana, thank you so much for being here. God bless you. We're glad you and your husband made it out safe. If you would, share with us your experience about what it was like in those final days being in Kabul and getting out.
Good morning to you all. Thanks for having me. Getting out of Kabul was an absolute horrifying experience for me, but I'm very grateful, that I'm alive. But to be quite honest with you, I'm quite worried and concerned about all those millions of people who are left behind in Afghanistan and they have nowhere to go to. My heart just bleeds for them, and the situation in Afghanistan right now it's really concerning. People, the day I was coming, there was like thousands and thousands of people at the airport trying to get into the planes on top of each other. Kids were crying and screaming. So many, like thousands of people from provinces, they've come to Kabul and they don't have shelters. They don't have food to eat. The situation is really, really bad. It's really bad. And then we heard like shootings, and then within a span of a few minutes, the entire airport was empty of the staff and the security. They just ran away. They left the airport to the people. And then the people rushed into the planes, and each and every plane was like filled with thousands of people, and there was no room. There was no oxygen to breathe. Kids were crying and screaming. The women were crying. And it's all a chaos. It's a chaos, and I don't understand how can that happen. What kind of a game is being played in Afghanistan right now? We're all confused about it. But it's just very unfair for the people of Afghanistan. It's unfair for the U.S. Army, for all those lives that were lost in Afghanistan over the years. What about them? Like, the world has forgotten why they went to Afghanistan initially. What was their plans? They were there to get rid of Al-Qaeda and get rid of Taliban. And then 20 years later, after all this money, the millions and trillions of dollars that were spent in Afghanistan, all the lives that were lost, they would just suddenly leave Afghanistan in chaos and they come back. And I understand and I appreciate the fact that they're trying to get the U.S.,
the citizens,
civilians with a passport out. But what about the millions of people that we would be left behind in Afghanistan and they have nowhere to go to? It's just horrifying and it's crazy. I don't understand. I have been a direct target of Taliban for the past few years because besides the fact that I'm a singer and I've been a judge on the biggest music show in Afghanistan, I've also been a very outspoken women's rights activist, and I have talked against them and I have posted against them for so many years now. And if they would catch me alive, God knows what they would do to me.